What's up, guys? It's TechnoViking23 coming to you today with another video in my Warframe free-to-play series. And in today's video we're actually going to be running through the Archwing quest to get our first Archwing. Now, as you guys will see on the screen here, in order to unlock the junction to Jupiter we actually do have to complete the Archwing quest. So that's what we're going to be doing. And this is kind of a fun quest to do. It shouldn't take you very long. Hopefully it won't take us very long. But you're going to select this as you normally do from your codex or from the quest screen. So we're going to just select it here. Gives you a little bit of information about it. So we're going to get a blueprint from the Lotus for our prototype, and then we are going to have to find the component parts and actually build the Archwing. So we click begin. We're going to get a little message here from the Lotus, who's going to tell us all about the Odonata Archwing. And we're essentially going to have to do a few missions to find some more blueprints to build the first Archwing. Archwing is kind of an interesting thing in Warframe. It's basically, you get this little jetpack thing with wings and some weapons and whatnot, and you get to fly through space. So it's kind of like the space combat of Warframe. It's a system they implemented a little over a year ago into the game, and it's kind of a mixed reaction from most people. A lot of people enjoy it, but a lot of people don't like it either. Unfortunately, you are going to have to kind of devote some time to it in order to level up your Archwing and your weapons, because there are going to be some missions that you have to play in order to progress through the game with the Archwing, and there are certain planets where there's mostly Archwing missions. But without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started. We are using Rhino for this part. We have our fancy new Sayandana we got from the Christmas event, which was free, so that's pretty cool. I'm not real thrilled with the way it looks on Rhino. I'm just kind of wearing it more for sport right now than anything else. Probably will take it off of him later, because Rhino to me is just not a frame that looks all that great with the Sayandana. But anyways, it's kind of cool. That was part of the Christmas event with the gift giving and everything. So under your active quest now, you'll have the Archwing quest. It starts on Venus. You see it says level 10 to 12. Shouldn't be too difficult here. So we're going to start with recovering the oricon archive. Now, it's been a while since I've done this on my other account, but if memory serves me correct, we do have to fight a boss that is very similar to the Jackal in one of these missions. But we'll worry about that when we get to it. So it actually looks like we're going into a void area here. So this is kind of cool. Crucial oricon archives detailing the hidden locations of much needed Archwing parts. Your mission is twofold. Cut off their access to the void. And it looks like there are some oricon caches here we can look for, which hopefully will give us some cool items. So far I'm not really seeing any of the normal oricon storage containers though, so that's kind of interesting. Oh, that was nice. Okay, there are actual oricon enemies here, but that shouldn't be too big of a deal, because our heck destroys just about everything in one shot. If you guys have been following along with the series, you should have a heck. You should be using it quite a bit. This is going to be our workhorse weapon throughout most of this free-to-play playthrough. Although we will start using some different stuff here pretty soon. Right now I'm trying to level up the Akfiris and the bow so I can start using some new secondary and melee weapons, because we're always trying to get that mastery rank progressed a little bit. Alright, stealth kill here. And I thought that would have been unactive, but it still got me. Oh well. Now, if I were normally just playing through this mission, I would probably be checking every spot to see if there's some secret area, because when you're in these oricon tower missions, or in the void missions, there are quite a few little spots where they hide things, and you can get some cool, some mods and some cool items just by looking around a little bit. But for the purposes of this video, I'm probably going to just run through and try to get this done as quickly as possible. Not going to worry too much about him. Go down through this way here. Work on our melee kills a little bit here, since that is our daily bonus. Or our mission bonus. Let's see if there's anything up here. So I do apologize, guys. It's been a while since I've actually put out a Warframe video. It's just been super busy here at the end of the year with the holidays and everything. Been running around like crazy every weekend and haven't had a whole lot of time to sit down and make videos recently. The end of the year for me is at work is like the busiest time, so just haven't really been able to do too much other than go to work and spend time with the family over the holidays with Christmas and everything. But we'll get back to a more normal schedule hopefully after the new year. Hopefully you guys all had a good holiday if you celebrate the Christmas and everything. If not, hopefully you just got some good time off. Wasn't too bad for me. I had a pretty good time. Just a lot of running around and visiting people and eating a lot of good food and just having a good time. I did get myself a few little Christmas presents. This year I actually got finally upgraded to a 144 hertz gaming monitor, and I can tell you what a world of difference. I don't think I will ever be able to go back to just using a non 144 hertz monitor after this. It just makes such a huge difference. Games just play so much smoother. So that's been pretty cool, but other than that I haven't really been up to too much. Just the normal work, and it's kind of nice this week because we get a couple days off for New Year's, and I really don't have any plans at all this weekend, so kind of excited about that. I have a couple days to just kind of goof around and do whatever I want. So alright, so we're going to hack these two generators, and then you're going to have to defend them for a little while. And it'll get you 50% power off of each generator, and then once you are done with that, you'll be able to go through the portal to get the archives. Who is shooting at me? I hear... Oh, there's turrets, okay. Alright, so we got one at 50%. We'll get the other one here. Sort of go around here and get some of these containers. Take out his shield. Take these guys out. Take him down. And we should be pretty close, 85%. Alright, so there we go. The portal's open. We'll jump through here.
There's the torsion beam device, but they've
And now we have to find a void key. Now you notice up on top, and I mentioned this a little bit ago, there's a 0 out of 3 for oricon catches. If you actually look for those are secret hidden storage compartments within the level. And you can get some pretty cool mods and stuff from those. I'm not really spending a whole lot of time looking around for them right now because I'm kind of wanting to run through this as quickly as possible. For the sake of the videos, I don't want to have to make you guys watch like a whole hour-long thing of me running around grabbing loot containers. It's really more to just get to the point of how you get through, fight through each level. Okay, so I was right. We do have to fight a boss. This is Lynx, and if memory serves me correctly, the way we beat this guy is he's actually going to be surrounded by a bunch of ospreys. And you have to take these ospreys down before you can actually damage him. So that's what we're going to work on here. Okay, that was pretty anticlimactic. I remember him being a lot tougher than that. Alright, so now we're going to get the key here.
Now get back to the portal.
So that boss was a bit of a pushover. I remember him being a lot more difficult the last time I fought him. I had to take down all the little ospreys, and if you have a different kind of weapon than the heck, though, it might take you a little longer to do that. But you basically want to just take the ospreys out. He has several shield ospreys that fly around him, and once you kill those, you'll be able to damage him. So it went a lot easier with the heck than it normally does. Trying to get my sword kills here. Alright, so we're going to shut down the void beam. And then it gives you 30 seconds to escape, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. You don't really need 30 seconds to run that short little distance, but oh well.
Objective complete. The void key and torsion beam device are out of commission. The enemy will not be returning anytime soon. That's it. The portal has collapsed. I've located the cache containing the oricon archive. Get there now.
Alright. So you can see that really wasn't too terribly difficult. I think this is the longest mission of the quest. Just lots of running around and trying to find all this nonsense. Okay, we got a sentinel mod, that's pretty cool. I'm just gonna check these rooms real quick. See if we can find anything. Yeah, I really need to do another video talking about the Void, because there's some really interesting stuff you can do here. There are some Void missions where you actually have a obstacle course that you can find within the mission. And when you run through it, you can actually get some pretty cool stuff. You can get to a room where all the containers have a chance to drop rare mods, and it's pretty cool.
You found the oricon
Alright.
archive. You are one step closer to unleashing the Archwing.
I thought I heard a... That's interesting. Alright, so now all we need to do is get to extraction, and that shouldn't take us too long. You can see here there are some Corpus enemies, and they're actually fighting against the Oricon Corrupted, which is pretty cool. Use that little distraction to our advantage. Make that jump, but that's alright. It's kind of an interesting little bit of the level here. If you touch the floor here, it actually slows you down. It freezes you a little bit, so what you do to make this a little easier, just bullet jump across to this platform, and you don't even have to mess with it. See, this is what I was talking about earlier. If you're in the void and you just see these little areas, like we just jumped up through this spot in the ceiling, and now we can get in here and find. Unfortunately, there's only one green container there, but there's all kinds of little spots like that you don't realize are there. Door's not going to open. Normally there's a room back there, but there's a lot of guys over here. Alright, here we are at extraction, but real quick I'm going to just check these rooms off to the side. See if we can find anything. Looks like there's anything that way. You can drop down here, there's usually a few containers. And then one more room here with some stuff in it. That's pretty much it for the first mission, so there we go. Alright, so we got a couple mods, nothing really all that great, but so we identified the Oricon archive. Yeah, we got some crafting material, and we got a sigil for beating that boss, even though he was pretty easy to beat.
The Lotus has passed along possible coordinates
See how our syndicate level's doing. Oh, we're almost to the next level with Cephalon Suda, which is cool. Alright, so we have to extract the Archwing wings blueprint. That's next up. So we're just going to keep going right through all these. It's another mission on Venus. So what we're going to have to do here now is we're going to have to get the actual blueprints for the different parts and build them. So this is an excavation mission. So this shouldn't be too bad. It's kind of a cool tile set here. I've ever actually been on this one before. Or started up this high before. I wonder if I can just drop right down this way. So it looks like we just have to get one extractor to finish this. So this should be pretty easy. If there's anything back through here. Okay, a couple little. Let's see what's over this way. Not sure if I was supposed to go this way or not. Probably wasn't. So there's a power carrier, so we can grab his power battery and take that with us. Sometimes these Corpus missions glitch a little bit when you're doing excavation. It can be really aggravating because you just will not get any guys that carry the power batteries. So you just sit at the drill the entire time and you never are able to complete it. And it's a glitch that's been going on with the excavation missions for a long time, but they just... for some reason it doesn't seem like they've been very good at fixing it. Alright, so we got a battery right here.
Excavator is ready to go. Keep it powered.
If you've been following along with the free-to-play series and just playing Warframe in general, you should be pretty well versed in the excavation missions at this point. It's got an 80, but a 90-second time on it, so we need to find a few more power cells. The nice thing too is if the enemies start to damage the drill at all, if you grab a fresh power core and stick it in, it'll actually bring the shields all the way back to full power. So even if you already got enough power in it to finish the extraction, you can actually recharge the shields a little bit to give the drill a bit more survivability. Alright, so we got the blueprint. Pretty easy mission here, so that's really all it's going to take. I would like to kind of get some more kills to get this. my full affinity boost from the mission, so we'll try to get the rest of these kills here before we extract. It's nice, we should be able to get some oxygen from that. Making our way to extraction. I really like these outdoor Corpus levels. They're pretty cool. Especially when you get all the snow just kind of pouring down. Okay, the question is, how do we get... I guess we gotta go all the way over here. If you're wondering what that little explosion is whenever Rhino lands, that's actually his passive ability. When he lands from a really high jump, he emits a shockwave which damages and knocks back enemies around him. So it's kind of a neat little passive. Alright. So here's our extraction point. Now for some odd reason there's not been any enemies to fight, so... Just check these little spots real quick. Unfortunately, it looks like all the containers are red. So not really, that kind of sucks. That's alright, we'll just go ahead and extract here because I really don't want to spend a whole lot of time just running through these levels. So we'll just get to the end here and we got our Odinata Wings blueprint.
Oh my.
Alright, cool.
The operator has returned with an Archwing part blueprint. You must forge it immediately. It won't be long now until you are flying through the skies like a winged death machine.
Alright, so let's go down to our foundry here and we'll take a look at, you can kind of see the crafting requirements you're going to need for these. Go through here. I can find it. Okay, here we go. So you can see here, you should have all the crafting materials to build these if you've just been playing the game normally, because all of these are pretty basic crafting materials. So we're going to go ahead. You see it's going to take 30 minutes and 7,000 credits, which really is not much compared to a lot of other stuff we've been crafting. These crafting requirements used to be a lot stricter for the Archwing, but they found that a lot of newer players and players in general were having a problem getting through the quest, and it was just taking too long. Even the crafting time on these used to be a lot longer. So they basically dropped it all down so you could do all this within one day normally with the quest. So we're going to go ahead and build that. And that way it's building while we are actually running through doing the other two missions. So there will be a little bit of downtime while you are doing this quest in terms of just having to wait for stuff to be crafted. But the nice thing is while something is crafting, it's only a 30-minute crafting time, so you can run off and go farm some other levels or just keep advancing through the game. So they made it much nicer compared to how it used to be with the Archwing, which is a good thing. I know, you know, the game, it's kind of funny that Warframe has been in beta for forever, it seems. And they do keep making improvements to the game, but at some point I'd like to see them actually have it come out of the beta stage. Alright, so this mission we are doing the same thing. It's an excavation. And we're going to be going up against the Grenier, who should be really familiar at this point. I think I'm going to have to take this Syandana off a Rhino here pretty soon. This thing looks just absolutely ridiculous on him. It's probably a little better suited for someone like Excalibur. Alright, so we got our drill set up now.
Protect the unit while it extracts the artifact.
Kind of the same thing here as the other level we did, just rinse and repeat, kind of run through. Mow down all the enemies, and then get your power cells into the drill. Pretty easy stuff.
An artifact has been located. Proceed
Okay,
to the
we need
dig
to
site.
find another power cell here.
The excavator has run out of power. Find a cell.
Okay, so we need one more power cell, and I haven't seen any. There we go. And that should do it for us.
That's it. You found an Archwing part blueprint. Head to extraction when you are ready.
Alright, so that's the second part. That was pretty easy. So now we just need to get to extraction. Trying to get one more headshot here, but kind of hard to get headshots when you're using a shotgun. There we go. And again, normally I'd be running around grabbing all these containers and everything, but for the sake of speed and time to make you guys watch this, we're just trying to get through this as quickly as possible. I think we're almost to extraction here. Should be getting pretty close. Grab our little Iatan star there. I'm not sure where all the Grenier went. They seem to be off taking a nap somewhere. And here we are at the extraction point. Check the sides here to see if we can find any other items. And we'll check this one more spot over here. I usually find a couple Iatan statues just checking these rooms before I extract every time, so it's worth taking a look just to make sure you don't miss anything. and get out of here.
Does hope to see the Archwing soon.
Alright, so now we have 2 of the 3 parts. We're going to go back down to the foundry. And we're going to find it here. And we're going to go ahead and build the harness. And kind of the same thing on this one. You should have all of these crafting pieces. It should not be too difficult to craft this. Alright, so that one's also got a half-an-hour timer. So we've got time to go do the other mission here, which should be the last one. Get the systems. Yeah, this is probably going to be another excavation mission. And you might have noticed also on some of the early starting planets like Earth and Venus, there are actually Archwing missions available when you first open them up. Once we get this quest finished, we'll be able to go through and actually complete those, which will be nice because it'll open up those planets for nightmare missions, so we can start getting some dual mods and things. So
Proceed to the dig site.
another reason it's important to do these quests while you're playing through the game. It looks like there's infested here instead of corpus. That's interesting. Ultimately, no big deal though. Infested are pretty easy to deal with. I do like the corpus maps because there are a lot of loot containers to smash open. Alright, now we just have to hope we get some power cells. Yeah, pretty lucky so far. Looks like we're going to need one more. That's the crazy thing about the Heck. This thing has such long range, especially on lower level enemies. You don't have to deal with too much damage fall off. You can just take these guys out pretty fast.
Picked up a target. Go to the dig site.
Alright, I need another power cell. And no one seems to be coming with one, so... Oh, there we go. Right on cue.
Find another cell.
Alright.
That's it. You found an Archwing part blueprint. Head to extraction when you are ready.
Alright, so that was pretty easy. So now we're going to get out of this level. And go craft this next Archwing piece. And I can't remember if there's another... I think that's all of the missions. I think there's just those 4. There's going to be another mission you have to do when you actually get the Archwing crafted, which we'll probably do after this, once we get the 30-minute timer. But these are pretty easy missions. You can do these a lot earlier than I actually did in the playthrough. They're as long as you've got a decent Warframe and you have some better weapons than the basic starting weapons, but you can easily do this with your starting frame when it first comes available. It's not a very difficult quest at all. As you can see, it's mostly just running around. It's kind of weird, for some reason, once you get the blueprint, all the enemies just seem to stop coming, so makes it a little easier to get to extraction, I guess. Alright, there we go. The third and final piece, the systems blueprint. And we should be able to craft that pretty quickly. Alright, so now we're going to use the foundry to build the Archwing. So we're going to head back down and find the third and final piece that we need. The systems, and again, pretty easy crafting requirements. You should have all those ready to go. So now we have to wait 29 minutes and 52 seconds. Now if you really wanted to, you could rush this with platinum. I know I talked about platinum a little bit in the prior video about what to spend your platinum on. For the sake of it being our free-to-play series, I'm not going to suggest wasting platinum on rushing crafting items. I mean, if you have a ton of it stockpiled and you really want to do that, then you could go ahead and rush it through, but I don't really think a half an hour is worth spending 30 platinum on. And I'm just going to take a quick second here and get rid of this. This is the Sayandana that they actually gave for the Christmas event. Kind of let you guys take a look at it here. I don't like the way these clip through with some of the melee weapons. It's a really cool Sayandana. It's got a neat design on it, but it just, to me, doesn't look great on Rhinos. So we're going to go ahead and remove that from him. Maybe try it on Excalibur. It'll look a little bit better. So for right now, that's pretty much it. We have to wait 30 minutes to craft all those items. So what I would suggest at this point is just take a little break. If you want, go do some farming for a half an hour. If you go to one of your dark sector missions and just do a couple 5-minute, you have enough time to do 6 5-minute runs, which will net you about 150,000 credits, up to 100,000 credits, 150,000, depending on which ones you've unlocked. So you could do that. You could go farm some excavation missions. Just do whatever, for 30 minutes. Take a break from the game, maybe go do something. But 30 minutes is not too long to wait. And once that timer goes through, you'll have the entire Archwing built, and then there's going to be a quest after that, which we will do in just a little bit. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and wait the 30 minutes out to get the Archwing finished, and then I will be right back with the rest of the Archwing quest.